and welcome to the Great Day Out. Today I'm visiting the stunning Tweed Valley just over the Queensland border on a guided tour that's all about showcasing some of the region's most amazing produce. But this isn't your average food and wine tour. There's a bit of a twist. Find out what we're brewing up later in the show. Ooh, I don't want to miss out on the group pic. Let me in.
In the meantime, we'll show you what's new at Queensland icon, the Big Pineapple.
So this is what it's like to get up close and personal with a meerkat.
Carney's found a wheelchair-accessible barbecue boat.
Cheers! Yay!
But first, here's Jill.
My idea of a day at the races is usually a fancy hat and a glass of champagne, but today I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm going to the drags. The Willowbank Raceway Internationals, to be exact. It's loud, it's fast, and it'll provide an adrenaline rush to boot. Did I mention it was loud? And that was just a practice. Oh my God! That goes right through your body. Oh my gosh. If you're anything like me, you might associate car racing with the V8s you see on TV. But the drags are very different cars racing in a straight line, and it's all about that top speed.
Your body will shake as these cars race down the quarter mile, remembering from a standing start to 320 miles an hour in about 4.5 seconds, and they stop in about the same distance. So the acceleration and the deacceleration is just hard to imagine. It's a very exciting sport.
The Winter Nationals is the largest championship drag racing event outside of the USA and the biggest drag racing event in Australia. Roughly 40,000 people gather at Willowbank Raceway to watch all the drag racing action take place over 4 days. It's not just about the cars, mainly about the cars, but there's other stuff here too.
Yeah, lots of entertainment here as well. Plenty of food, and we cater for every taste when it comes to food. But we've got a lot of stalls here, a lot of stands. People come to buy their components for their race cars here. So we've got a lot of people from the industry here, a lot of expertise, so people can come and get more advice on what they're doing.
A lot of kids as well. Kids love it.
Yes, one of the smartest things we did was to make children 13 years and under accompanied by an adult free. So we have large families come, and those kids, when they become adults, they bring their families and so forth as well. So there's 3 and 4 generations of people racing here now. So drag racing is for everyone.
The cars alone are a draw card. They come under different categories, including the slammer, the alcohol funny car, and the king of the track, the top fuel dragster. This dragster almost looks like a toy, a very loud, very fast toy. Pro drag racer Scott McLean knows the ins and outs of these speed machines. What's this one?
This is a top door slammer. It's probably one of the most popular categories in the country with a massive following, and there'd be probably 35, 36 of them in the country all together.
How fast does this door slammer go?
Well, so far we've gone 254 mile an hour, which is about 407, 408 kilometres, and we're hoping to improve on that this weekend.
How do you feel when you're going that fast?
It's awesome. It's just like a rush. So it's, I guess, one of those adrenaline junkies that just love it. The faster, the better.
Of course, with all this adrenaline pumping, I couldn't say no to a little test drive.
Ready to start it, boys?
Oh my gosh, I'm not crying. That was amazing, the fumes. Well done, fellas. That's unbelievable. Thank you. I need a cup of tea, I think.
This place smells amazing and it looks so cool.
It's great, isn't it?
We've arrived at Ground Control Coffee and Espresso Bar. It's the first stop on my tea and espresso tour of Tweed Heads.
Roast takes around 15 minutes.
Wow. That smells delicious.
Yeah.
Jodie from Tasting Plate Tours is our guide for the day. Her tours let guests behind the scenes to meet the makers.
These guys are known for their decaf, so enjoy.
Thank you. I'm missing real coffee, I must say. Why did you choose to run a tour with this particular flavour?
The idea behind it was that we all love tea, we love coffee, we drink so much of it as Australians, and we really wanted to highlight to people the history and the background behind both.
What is it about tea and coffee? It just seems that Aussies are obsessed and there's specialty coffee and tea shops popping up everywhere.
Oh, look, I think coffee's come for a long time. You know, Italian immigrants that came into Australia back in the 50s and 60s, you know, they really brought that passion for coffee with them. And I think tea's making a resurgence now because there's more than just your English breakfast or your Earl Grey teas. There's so many options available to people today. And I think it's bringing the sexy back into tea as well.
Ooh, tea and sexy, who would have thought?
Yeah.
What a tease! See you for that later in the show.
A barbecue next to the water is a lovely way to spend the afternoon. However, a barbecue on the water sounds even more amazing. After all, everything's better on the water.
Enter the barbecue pontoon boat. O-Boat Hire on the Noosa River has been around for years, offering guests anything from kayaks up to these big floating entertainers. But first, provisions. Just down the road is Belmondo's Organic Market, a trendy spot for the foodies amongst us, and the perfect spot for my friend Tiffany and I to tick a few things off our barbecue shopping list.
I'm feeling like I could just do sausages.
Sausages, yeah. Keep it simple.
Or lamb. Kai does love lamb and bacon.
No barbecue would be complete without a few snags, and Umundi Meats does some of the best going round, and that's because they have world champion butchers in their midst.
Well, there's a team of 6 of us picked from all around Australia, the best butchers, and we're heading to Sacramento next September in 2020 to compete against all the other countries in a big challenge.
What do you reckon? I think Darla's more than qualified to recommend a couple of options for our barbecue.
So we've got a nice lean lamb burger, which has feta, shallots and fresh mint.
Great.
And we also have a dry-aged beef burger, which we dry-age for 4 weeks, and then we mince it up with some red wine, pepper and thyme.
Oh, I'll take that.
Meat. Tick. Next over to BioShop and its lovely owner, Uwe.
Hey, Connie!
Oh, wow.
What an honor to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you for coming.
Oh, my goodness, you certainly know how to make a girl very happy. Jeez, I hear that you've been in this business of organic produce for over 25 years.
Yes, that's
before it
true.
became cool.
Yeah, before I believe it's always cool. It is growing in variety and quality. Organic means a lot to farmers. So farmers are actually passionate about it. They have integrity, which I love so much. And they don't use any pesticides or fertilizer or insecticides. If you actually taste any of our apples, everyone tastes different.
Uwe's enthusiasm goes to show the calibre of the vendors here. Everyone takes enormous pride in the food they produce.
There you go, you have a great day.
Thank you very much. Oh, smell that.
With the bread in tow, we're back to meet my family by the river.
How you doing?
Very well, how are you?
Not too bad.
So good, it's accessible. Look at us on a boat!
All right, just watch your step.
The good thing about these boats is you don't actually have to have a boat licence to operate them. A quick safety briefing.
800 metres away from the bar, you'll see the breaking waves. You want to stay a good safe distance away from there.
Hang on, Kai. We're going over the waves. Woohoo!
The Noosa River is an amazing spot for a day on the water just like this. It's easy to navigate and there's always a little beach or sandbank to pull up on for a splash around. And a barbecue cook-up. You will find O-Boat Hire on Gympie Terrace in Noosaville. It's the perfect no-fuss outing for any fishos, families and friends. And can I recommend stocking up at Belmondo's before you hit the river?
Cheers! Cheers! Yay!
In its heyday, the Big Pineapple was Australia's #1 tourist attraction. It was home to tropical delights of royal appeal.
In something slightly less than a royal carriage, the couple wound their way through crowds and banana trees to the neighbouring Sunshine Plantation, home of the big pineapple.
And now this iconic landmark is back in business with some fresh faces and activities that'll have you swinging through the treetops. Montville Coffee has set up shop at the Big Pineapple. Their cafe is a good start for our day's adventure.
Thank you.
Thanks. Wildlife HQ is the new incarnation of the old Alma Park Zoo, relocating here in 2014 with over 200 animal species from around the world, from sun bears
Oh my goodness. Obviously this bear really likes peanut butter.
to African painted dogs. It's a great place to make some new friends.
So the black and white rough lemur is only found on the island of Madagascar. We bring people in here, you can pat them, and they let you get really close.
They're so cute.
It's nice to walk around and see them from the outside, but it's even better to get in here, get up close, and if you have the right treats, the animals will climb all over you like this.
They're so adorable. New favourite animal?
Oh yes, it's definitely a place where you are the attraction in the zoo.
Little jailbreakers.
Look at them. The meerkats are another interactive experience at Wildlife HQ.
So just grip that tight.
Yep, really tight.
Because Elsa's a girl, so she's a little bit smaller. Whoa. Elsa, up here, come on. And she'll come up there if you have a spare hand. So what they're eating is mealworms. It's a juicy zoo animal treat.
Oh,
There's
Elsa.
no one here that doesn't love worms.
Got a bit of spunk about them, don't they?
Yeah, they seem cute and cuddly. Everyone sees them on Meerkat Manor and David Attenborough and thinks they're these very cute,
Hey, Elsa.
cuddly animals, but they're a carnivore. They have razor-sharp teeth.
And an insatiable appetite. From tamarins to marmosets, there's plenty to see. But behind the back enclosure, there's monkeys of a different kind. A high ropes course is the Sunshine Coast's latest active addiction, and we're about to find out why the Treetop Challenge is so much fun.
So right there in the forest, we've got 8 acres, 120 obstacles, 12 zip lines, with our zip lines running to about 130 metres, and then we go up to about 27 metres in the trees. We're going to work our way all the way up to the Black Diamond Extreme, which is one of the hardest courses out there.
Hey.
Starting out low, I'm finding my feet. Did where the trees are placed decide where you were going to put the course?
Yeah, we didn't move any trees or cut trees down that didn't need to be.
How long did it take to build all of this then?
So it took us about 9 months to build it all.
Yeah.
When they first come in here, these trees were getting strangled by vines. The forest is actually, in theory, dying.
Oh.
So what we've done is we've taken the vines out, we've cleared it to allow new vegetation down the bottom.
We've started out on the green course, and it's tough going.
So you got to get your inner Tarzan and Jane out and hold these black ropes here.
I still haven't found my Tarzan out here.
Well, you've got to make a Tarzan call to really do that.
Not sure I can. Can you do a Tarzan
I can do a Tarzan call.
All right, you do one. This is so fun. I feel like such a big kid again. But how's this for a call of the wild?
Oh, stuck.
I could use my arms. At 25 metres high at some places, this is the tallest high ropes course in Australia and has some of the most challenging features.
Are you ready for some of the hard stuff now?
Yeah, I think I'm a pro now, don't you?
Yeah, but the real question is, are you sure?
I don't know, am I sure?
I don't know. Have a look up.
Oh, where's the ladder up?
This is the ladder right here. This rope.
And now for the hard bit.
Nice. Good job. Only 14 more to go. You need a hand?
Yeah.
All right, so you have
Otherwise, we'll be forever.
This is usually where people tap out, so it's okay.
No, I don't want to be usual. From Brisbane, the Big Pineapple is an easy hour and 15 up the Bruce Highway. And the Treetops Challenge and Wildlife HQ are open for business 7 days a week.
The Tweed Coast is known for its long stretches of pristine beaches. And away from the coastline, you'll find a fertile farming region with some of the best conditions in the country.
Jodie, this is such a breathtaking part of the world. What makes it so fertile?
It's the crater of an ancient shield volcano, so it's that beautiful fertile volcanic soil. We've got really high rainfall in the area and our own microclimate's a little bit warmer than everywhere else as well. It means we can grow just about anything here.
Jodie from Tasting Plate Tours offers a range of full-day tours of the unique farms, providores and eateries hidden throughout the Northern Rivers region of New South Wales. And trust me, she knows the best places to visit.
Isn't it beautiful?
The dining experience at the award-winning hatted restaurant Paper Daisy is a celebration of the region. The restaurant is part of the gorgeous Halcyon House at Cabarita Beach and is pretty luxe. The food is just as sumptuous.
Local prawns, any of the honey that's here as well, they have their own beehive on the roof, so they can source the honey from here, bring it in, and you get that real taste of the Tweed Coast. You know, the coffee that's in the drinks today is also locally sourced coffee beans. Everything that they do really showcases this local environment that we have.
Jodie's passion for the region inspired her to start the tours.
We have about 6 different tours that we offer to people, and each one has a completely different theme. So some around food, some around the drinks, some around tea and coffee. And we also tailor-make tours for people if they're looking for something on a private experience as well.
Why did you start this company and taking people on tours?
I've lived and travelled all over the world. I've worked in tourism for most of my life. And I wanted to take a little bit of what I knew people liked and to really showcase when I got to meet the farmers and realise they're really good at being farmers and chefs are really great at being chefs, but they're not great at promoting or marketing themselves. So we thought if we could take that on, you know, and we would become that marketing arm for them to showcase what they do best.
While I'd be happy to spend the rest of the day here, there's more to see.
Our next destination is really unique. It's something that no one even is aware that we have in the Tweed.
Totally unexpected, a little hidden gem, I can't wait.
Yeah.
The coffee and tea culture is abundant in this idyllic climate, but you may be surprised to know that it's home to one of Australia's famous tea plantations.
Wow, this is awesome. What a setup. How
we
special.
do this every afternoon.
The name of the estate translates to paradise, and it's easy to see why.
Mildura, 1978, founded by some people that English heritage that spent a lot of time in Sri Lanka and then subsequently in New Guinea. They identified this area here as ideal for tea growing, being subtropical. Their passion was to grow exceptional tea and blend it with teas from various parts of the world that they were familiar with.
Has the Mildura plantation always been here?
Always here. It's about 50 acres in size. There's about 250,000 tea bushes. We harvest roughly 35 times a year.
Why are you so passionate about tea?
Well, I see it as a very natural product and it's a great working place, a great working environment. There's not too many offices like this.
When it comes to tea tips, Stephen's happy to spill his secrets.
People go and buy decaffeinated product and they don't need to. A simple process of a tea bag, immerse it in hot water for roughly 20 seconds. That'll take 85% of the caffeine out.
Jodie, I'm a local. I live on the southern end of the Gold Coast and I didn't know that this gem was a few clicks down the highway.
It's great, isn't it? And that's what we're about, is about taking people and showing them these secret little spots that we have in this region, meeting the producers, seeing the passion they have for what they do, and then that end result.
If you'd like to explore the gorgeous Northern Rivers region with Jodie, we'll have details on her tasting plate tours on the Great Day Out website.
And so ends my tea and espresso tour of the stunning Tweed Valley, and what a spot to end the day. Thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you next week for more adventures on the Great Day Out.